What is going on, guys? It's Marcus here with Discover Ignite, and today I got another book review for you guys. Now the book I'm actually reviewing today is a book called Long Story Short by Margret Leitman. Now this book, right, is yes, another book on storytelling, and I think storytelling is extremely helpful for anybody out there. It's a great tool for just life in general, because if you think about it, storytelling actually helps you in job interviews. Storytelling can help you in relationships. Storytelling can help you in a lot of different aspects in your life. And to become a better storyteller, to actually, express what you feel, to let people know, the experience or whatever you're going through is ideal, right? Because people can get a better feeling, they get a better association of where you're coming from. So again, this book, A Long Story Short, it had some great details in it, right? It actually, gave you different examples of, not being so generic on your storytelling, right? To give not so detailed examples either, but to give enough to where people can relate, right? It's like finding those one key things and allowing people to connect with them, and then kind of broaden what what they think of whatever that thing's associated with in their own light, right? And instead of you trying to paint the whole complete picture, you give them one little piece, and then that allows them to paint the whole picture themselves, and so they can get a better understanding and they can relate better to things. And this book really nails it on the head. Like, I had read that previous book about storytelling, and that was just more of how storytelling became about and the history of storytelling, where this one was more of a how-to, which was more of what I was looking for. And again, she has some great examples in there, and she's a teacher, and she teaches many of her students, and actually goes to a storytelling conference, I guess it's what it's called. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but she does these things, and she actually goes to a part of one of the conferences, or whatever it may be called, and how I think she was telling a story about eating something, right? And I guess the previous speaker that had gone up before, the previous storyteller that had gone up before her, was actually telling a story about eating, and she didn't want to, I think it was eating something specific, so she didn't want to actually say that same story over again following her up, because that was the same exact story she was prepared for to tell. So she actually changed it up to about the holiday Reese's and how it made her feel. And she apparently blew everybody away to where she actually won this storytelling event. And it was actually quite interesting how she told this story. And it gets you emotionally involved, right? And this is the best part about if you can actually architect a story into a place to where people can relate and understand, and how they feel when they get that Reese's, and it makes you feel so warm and gooey inside. And that the only time during the years, when the holiday Reese's come out, and those are the best ratio. And I mean, I can't go verbatim what she exactly said, but she nailed it, and she gave a lot of examples of that particular speech, and she goes through the whole book doing that, right? And I think that's really neat about the book, is to understand just the art of storytelling. I think it's fascinating, and it takes a lot of skill to do that, right? It takes a lot of brain power to kind of architect as you go, and it's something you always have to practice. And I myself have always been intrigued by story, and have always told many stories as a kid. That also goes back to the other book about why storytelling is something we've always grown up with. And it seems like as an adult that we some of us lose that storytelling aspect of our life. And I think at that point that when you come detached from that actually makes a lot of other things suffer in life, right? And so if you can help people, visualize, the thoughts in your head, and visualize the experiences, people can be right there with you. You can bring them back to your childhood when you were 8 years old, playing Ninja Turtles or whatever it may be. It's really intriguing. It's a fantastic book, and this book is absolutely for everybody. Again, I think storytelling is a tool that anybody could use in their life, and it can actually, again, help if you're doing any interviews. You know, give stories to where people can relate to you, because that's essentially what an interview is, right? Yeah, you may have the skills, and that's not, the skills will get your foot in the door, but you know, people want to be able to relate to you when you're doing an interview. So if you could become a better storyteller, this will actually help you get the job, right? And not only that, but it will help in relationships. You know, if, you know, when you first meet somebody, you don't obviously know, you know, anything about them, so you do what? You tell stories, right? So people can get the experiences. And then again, if you are a good architect of your stories, you know, you can paint that picture for them so they can be there, right there with you, so they know the experiences that you've been in and enjoy, you know, the things that you've enjoyed in your life. So again, there was no actual cons to this book. Again, I enjoyed this book. It was exactly what I was looking for. It was the how-to of storytelling as opposed to just the history of storytelling. So again, phenomenal read. It's long story short, and it is, again, highly suggested you pick it up. So until next time, guys, I will see you guys later.